What is going on, beautiful people of the world? My name is Garrett Wolf, and I am the host of the #1 podcast for people who are trying to go from saggy flabs to six-pack abs. I've built my body over the last 8 years, and in the last 3 years, I've helped hundreds of online clients shred unwanted fat and embody the best version of themselves. Now, let's jump right into today's show. What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Alpha Movement Podcast. This is the #1 show for people who are trying to go from saggy flabs to six-pack abs, all without giving up the most enjoyable aspects of their life. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about 10 things, 10 steps that you can take today. You don't have to take all 10, but you can take 1, you can take 2, you can take 3, you can take as many steps as you want, but these are 10 steps that you can take today to make 1% progress and just get a little bit better than you were when you woke up in the morning. So, you guys already know the deal. If at any point during this episode you enjoy what I have to say or you think what I have to say is valuable, then please screenshot my face. Share it to your Instagram stories, tag me at _Garrett Wolf, and I will reshare it to my story and send you a free gift. Other than that, guys, we're talking about 10 steps that you can take today. Again, you don't have to take all 10. It's pretty overwhelming, right? I know you don't have to take all 10. I try to take all 10. These are different steps that you can take today to make 1% progress, because that is really what it's all about at the end of the day. Too many people too often make a goal, make a dream. I remember back when I started all this shit back in 2019, it was so fucking overwhelming, the amount of action steps, the amount of things that you had to do on a daily basis, and some of the things you may want to do, some of the things you might not want to do. In fact, most of the things you probably don't want to do. And I can remember, I'm talking about business right now, but I can remember all the way back to the beginning of my fitness journey. There's all this kinds of shit that you need to do that you're not gonna want to do, like doing a workout, like introducing healthy foods, right? Like vegetables. That's one of the worst ones for a lot of people. Introducing vegetables into your life. I just recently conquered this objective, by the way. So if you're still working on it, understand that it takes time. It takes a lot of freaking time and a lot of dedication and a lot of hard work. But in any case, there's other things that you're not going to want to do either, like hit a workout in and of itself. You don't even really want to do that. Like go for walks, right? Drink a gallon of water, all this kind of stuff that you're going to have to do during the introduction of a fitness journey. But it's not just a fitness journey. We're talking about all things, like all dreams, all goals, whether it's business acumen, spirituality, relationships, fitness, all these pillars of life that are so fundamental. These are 10 steps that you can take to just make 1% progress every single day. So #1 is go for a walk. I have them all written on this little notepad here, as I always do. #1 is go for a walk. I go for a walk every single fucking day. Right now I'm on contest prep, if you guys have been following along with the journey. And so I'm hitting 11 to 16K steps every day. And I'm 8 weeks out right now, which means when I get closer to the show, I'm going to have to hit more like 15 to 20,000 steps every day. Because here's the nuance. Here's why. My dad actually asked me yesterday, he's like, why is it so important to get steps? #1, I'm not just talking about steps like on a treadmill. I'm talking about going for walks outside. This is incredible for your mindset. It clears your mind. It lets you think about what you want to do today. It lets you think, like, when's the last time you sat down and thought about what you actually wanted to get done today? It's like nobody does that anymore. We kind of just wake up, in a frenzy. We go for our phone. We're like, shit, where's our phone? You grab the phone, you get on an app, and you just start scrolling, right? That's pretty much what everybody does these days. When's the last time you sat down, cleared your head, and actually asked yourself, what do you want to get done today? This is what you can do on a walk. Not to mention, you can learn on a walk. You can multitask when you're on a walk. This is what I do pretty much every single day. I throw on a podcast and I go for like a 2-hour walk, and I just absorb some information on my walk as I'm getting my steps in. So it's a great way to multitask. It's a great way to make a ton of progress, not just 1%, but we're talking about taking baby steps. So it's a great way to make a lot of progress really, really quickly if you go for walks and multitasks. You can listen to podcasts, you can listen to ebooks, you can listen to success motivation. These are all great things to motivate you and gets you thinking about what you actually want to get done during the day. So that's number one. Number two, the second step you can take to make 1% progress every single day is take an object that motivates you or reminds you of your dream and put it into your environment, right? This one is incredibly easy. This one is like for the lazy people out there, no offense, but all you have to do is get something that reminds you of your motivation, that reminds you of your dream. For me, I printed out a picture of Arnold, right? Which is, some people think it's kind of weird, but I don't think it's very weird. A picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? The bodybuilder. Obviously, I took a picture of him and I put him on my wall to remind me that I wanted to be a bodybuilder, number one, to remind me that I wanted to be on a fitness journey for life, number two, and to remind me to take action steps towards my goal every single day. So that is just an example of something that takes 5 to 10 minutes. All you have to do is print out a picture, or don't even, if you don't have a printer, right, you can throw it on your phone background, you can throw it on your computer background, you can do whatever you want, but you need to take this belief and you need to turn it into a reoccurring thought. So whatever it is that you believe you want to achieve, print out something that reminds you of it, or post it up somewhere. Or if you can't do that, if you don't have a phone, right, I'm assuming everybody has a phone, you can draw a picture or write down a phrase or a quote, something that reminds you of your goals every single day. We're just trying to take your belief, put it into your environment, and get it sparked as a reoccurring thought. So that's the second step you can take to make 1% progress today. The third step you can take, this one I absolutely love. I do this every single morning, and that is throw on some success motivation. I know, guys. A lot of people think success motivation is cringy or it's like boring, but here's the thing, you need to buy into it. For all my this is the nuance. For all my superhero lovers, right? The Marvel movies or murder mystery shows, forensic shows, or animes, right? Or success motivation, it's all the same. The only difference is you have to buy into it. The difference is the buy-in. So if you just let yourself buy in, please just let yourself buy into the success motivation, and I promise you it will motivate the fuck out of you. All these people who you hear about, these motivational ass stories, like Steve Harvey, like Tony Robbins, like all these people who started with pretty much nothing, and then they build up. They built up. How do they build up? By making 1% progress every single day of their life. They build and build and build. And then they turn into these absolute whales, these absolute giants in the space. And they do it by making 1% progress every single day. So if you just play 5 to 10 minutes of success motivation to absorb their mindset every day, this will make you, it'll put you eons ahead of where you were when you started in the morning, just by listening to 5 to 10 minutes of some success motivation. And I do it every single day when I wake up, because talk about setting your mind up right for the day. Like, I am obsessed, right? I am completely obsessed with this social media shit. So I play the success motivation right when I wake up. It's the first thing I hear in my ears, and I'm just like, it's just go, go, go. It's absolutely go time. So one thing I love is step number 3 to make 1% progress every single day, which is play some success motivation. It's also super easy, mind you. You don't even have to do anything. All you have to do is play it and then listen to it, which is easy as fuck. It's all you have to do. The number 4th step to making 1% progress every single day is to write down a list of 10 gratitudes, 10 things that you're grateful for in your life. Because here's the reason. When you're angry, when you're upset, or you're overwhelmed, or you're feeling all this pent up emotion, it's usually because you're focusing on the negative and not the positive. And we always talk about how your frequency is what you frequently see. So if you're obviously frequently seeing all the negative, you're frequently seeing all the bad shit in your life, you're frequently noticing all the shit, all the negativity, then you're obviously going to be a negative person. You're not going to be someone who's positive. You're not going to be someone who can identify opportunities within adversities. You're not going to be someone who can generate wealth. You're not going to be someone who can better themselves, because you can't even fix your mind. So if you take your frequency and you change it by writing down a list of 5 to 10 gratitudes every single day, it literally takes 3 minutes. Write down a list of 5 to 10 things that you're grateful for. It'll change your frequency from negative to positive, and your frequency is what you frequently see. So if every day you do this, 5 to 10 gratitudes right in the morning, you'll start to frequently see the things that you're grateful for. You'll start to frequently see the opportunities within the adversities, and you'll stop seeing all the negativity, all the bullshit that holds you back in your life. Because, guys, all perspectives are just that. They're just perspective. All things that you see are not real. They're just what you perceive them to be. They're not actual reality. We think we see what's real. We think we know. We think we're so smart, right, with our brains. But what you see can either be negative or positive. And if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. So you need to start looking at things in a positive outlook. I talk about this all the time. Even in the dullest of situations, you need to be able to see the positivity, because your frequency is what you frequently see. And if you want to frequently be a positive person, then you need to start frequently seeing positivity within your life. And that's why you should start writing down 5 to 10 gratitudes every single morning. And that's the fourth step to making 1% progress every single day. The fifth step, guys, and this one's going to be a big leap. The fifth step to making 1% progress every single day, once your mind is right from the success motivation, once your mind is right from writing down gratitudes, the fifth step to making 1% progress every single day is just go hit a light workout. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. It doesn't have to be 2-3 hours. It doesn't have to be like that. Just 45 minutes, even 30 minutes. You could even do 20 minutes. You just need to get blood flow to the brain. You need to wake up the body. You need to start moving. You need to start going through the motions. People are so lazy these days. We're so sedentary. The average person only gets 4,000 steps every single day, which is incredibly alarming, because you should be getting 10,000 and people are only getting 4, which means they're getting less than half of what they should be getting. And people wonder why energy levels are so low. People wonder why they're addicted to, caffeinated beverages like coffee and Monster Energies, right? And Bang Energies and all these things. But have you ever tried hydrating yourself and getting some blood flow to the brain? Have you ever tried getting your blood actually circulating through your veins and getting to blood flow to the brain to open up the vessels and get you thinking and get you active and get you motivated? If you sit inside all day, you're obviously not going to have energy. You're obviously not going to want to do anything. You're not going to want to move. So the point of this is making 1% progress every single day. If you want to make 1% progress, you should hit a light workout. You can start with 20 to 30 minutes and kind of build up from there. You don't even have to do resistance training. You can do anything that gets blood flow, like a jump rope or some push-ups or some body weight squats, some sit-ups. You can literally do it all at home. You don't need to make it anything serious, but eventually you should try to get some resistance training under your belt, because that is the best form of exercise that any human can possibly do. I wholeheartedly believe that to my core, because not only does it build up the muscle and get you, it increases your metabolism, gets you stronger, but it also just, it improves like every aspect of your life. The more muscle you have and the less fat, the better your life is going to be at the end of the day, frankly. So that's the fifth step to making 1% progress every single day. The sixth step to making 1% progress every single day is to write down your vision. How many people have done this? I bet zero of you that are listening right now have wrote down your vision. What is your vision? It's simply what you want to accomplish. It's simply what you want to get done with this life. And here's the thing, if you don't know what you want to get done in this lifetime, then how are you going to make any progress towards it? How are you going to actively take steps towards what you want to do in life when you don't even know, you haven't even clearly defined what you want to do in life? You need to write down your vision. I have a vision board right next to me that has a poster on it that says Summer Shredding Physique. That's because I'm competing in a men's bodybuilding, men's physique show in 8 weeks. I have a watch and a car that I want to get. My dream watch and my dream car, they match. They're white and gold. It's pretty dope. And then I have sticky notes written down. I have obsessed written at the top of my vision board to remind me every day that I am obsessed with my dream. I am obsessed with my vision. I am obsessed with my fucking goals. I have a sticky note that says my only enemy is time. I have a whole bunch. I wish I could show you guys, but I don't want to mess up the cameras, but I have a whole bunch of sticky notes on the left sides, a list of 10 things you can do to make passive income, because I never want to work a job. I never want to work for a boss. I like being my own boss. I like being the head honcho, the big ball CEO, right? And then I like, on the left side, I have like 2, 4, 6, 8, like 8 columns of sticky notes, of just notes that remind me what I want to get done in this lifetime, that remind me of my dream, that remind me of my vision. Talk about taking things and putting them into reality, that remind you, that spark this reoccurring thought. Behind me right here is a globe to remind me that I want to travel the world and get a vision of all different perspectives. Right here, I have this bottle of effing vodka to remind me of freedom, to remind me that I don't have to coincide to any kind of structure. I don't have to be any kind of person. I know vodka, right? It represents freedom because when you get drunk, at least for me, when I get drunk, I stop caring about what anyone else thinks. So that's why I have the bottle of effing vodka right there. Then I have my water to remind me to just stay freaking. That's how important it is to stay hydrated, especially on contest prep. I have to drink like 150 fluid ounces of water every single day. So I have a water bottle right here, literally full of water to remind me. It's different on both cameras. On this camera, it's right here. On this camera, it's right here. You guys see the blue water bottle to remind me every single day to get my water intake in. Water is so important, guys. We're like 75% water or some shit like that. You need fucking water. That's why I have it in my environment. That's why I have it here. I have Nathaniel, the skinny fat narp. He reminds me that I want to transform 1,000 men into fitness freaks. I want to get a Google document folder of 1,000 transformations from someone to go from, overweight, more fat than they do muscle. So I would call that skinny fat, into someone who has more muscle than they do fat. I like to call that a phys fit freak, a fitness freak, whatever you want to say. It reminds me of the Alpha Movement Academy. This is the kind of person that I want to take and put into my program, put into my world, indoctrinate into my mindset, and turn them into motherfucking fitness freaks. And that's why I have him there, Nathaniel, the skinny fat narp. I also have my hat hung up right there. It says Phys Fit Freak on the side because that was the first iteration of my business, the Phys Fit Freak Academy. So I have all these things that spark that's reoccur my thoughts, my beliefs. I've taken my beliefs, I've put them into my reality, and I've sparked them into reoccurring thoughts. And that's why the sixth step is to write down your vision, because I'm so clear on what I want to get done. I know exactly what I need to do. So the only thing stopping me is me. It's no longer the know-how. The first thing that's going to stop you in your tracks on your way to getting your goal accomplished is actually knowing what the fuck to do. If you don't know what the fuck to do, how are you going to do it? You're not the person in your own way. The thing that's in your way is that you don't know what to do. That's the first step. So figure out what to do. And how do you figure out what to do? You got to figure out what your vision is. So the first step is figuring out what your vision is. And then the second step is figuring out the action steps that you have to do every single day to make progress towards that vision. So number one, you just got to get your vision done. So write down your vision. That's the sixth step to making 1% progress every single day. Number 7, guys, this one's wholehearted. This one's good. This one's nice. Just tell somebody you love them, right? This is one thing I really fucking struggle with, actually really hard, is I barely ever tell anyone that I love them. I grew up not really saying that to anyone. I never really said that to anyone except for like my really close girlfriends. I never said I love you to anyone like that. And it's really bad, right? Because if you don't say I love you to people, then how are you going to show love to yourself? If you can't love other people, then how are you going to love yourself? And it goes both ways. If you can't love yourself, then how are you going to love other people? So if you find yourself hating yourself, if you find yourself kind of being down all the time and you're like, oh, I'm a shithead, I can't get this done, it could be because you haven't given enough love to the people around you. You haven't given enough love to the world around you. So this is something I'm actively working on right now. You should try, I should try to tell people that I love them more often. And it's really hard for me, man. It just feels weird. It's like I love, like, even to my mom and dad saying I love you, like it hurts me for some reason. It hurts my heart. And I just know that feeling is going to be so not advantageous for me because I want to show love to as many people as possible. I want to show love to the world. I want to show love to myself. And if I can't even show love to my mom or my dad, if I can't even tell them that I love them, then how the fuck can I expect to show love to myself or to show love to a complete stranger? It's incredibly unlikely. So step number 7 to making 1% progress every single day is just tell someone you love them. It's mad easy. It takes 35 seconds. Just text someone. Even better, give them a call. Be like, yo, I fucking love you, just so you know. And that's it. That's all you have to do to make 1% progress motherfucking today. Number 8, guys. Introduce a new food into your palate. People often think that there are foods that they like and foods that they dislike. This is completely incorrect. There are not foods that you like and there are not foods that you dislike. Your taste buds do not work like that. Your taste buds are adaptive, just like your entire body. Your body will adapt to any stimulus that it's put under. So if you introduce new foods into your palate, you may not like them at first. That's why you need to introduce them every day. 1% progress. You don't have to introduce them every fucking day, obviously, but 3 times a week, 4 times a week. By the fourth or fifth time, you'll start liking the food. It's fascinating. Your palate will adapt to these new foods. Talk about not liking vegetables, guys. I didn't like meats or vegetables for like 18 to 19 years of my life. And then I forced myself into a contest prep where I needed to eat chicken, rice, and broccoli for basically every single meal. And so I shoved it down. It was grueling. It was incredibly tough for the first week, but now I'm on week 3 and it is easy. I look forward to the meals. Yesterday night, I ate a plate of 200 greens of just, 200 grams of just greens, broccoli and green beans. I literally made a plate of 200 grams of greens, and I ate the whole thing without any other foods. And that is something that I could have just dreamed of back in the day. That is something I could never even imagine I would be able to eat. Not to mention being able to eat chicken without the fucking dough on it, without the bread, right? I never thought I'd be able to eat chicken without the bread. Last 3 weeks ago, again, I couldn't eat turkey breast, but then my dad was like, yo, if you take the turkey breast and you make it into these little bun and you make it into these patties and you kind of season it and cook it on the grill, you can put it onto a bun and you can eat it like that. And now I can eat turkey breast. I've been eating turkey breast not every day, but the past 3 days I've been eating turkey breast on these little turkey burgers. There are ways to introduce these foods into your diet and get them tasting good, and they're so healthy for you. The amount of nutrients in turkey breast or chicken breast does not even come close to the amount of nutrients in your little supplements, in your protein powders, in your protein bars. So we're talking about making 1% progress every single day. Introduce a new food into your palate. Just try it. Just take a bite. One bite is all it takes. It takes 10 seconds. One bite of something healthy. Try a vegetable. Try some broccoli. Try some green beans. Try some carrots. Try some meats. Try some chicken. Try some turkey. Try some ground beef. Just introduce it into your palate and it will start adapting and you will eventually like that food. I swear to every single person watching this, I am going to get to a place in my life where I can eat any food on this planet. I promise you. I'm making immense strides. I'm making incredible progress in my life when it comes to my diet. And I don't think there's honestly anything that can stop me. The biggest barrier right now is tuna. Tuna in a can, bro. What the fuck? Who decided to put it in a can, first of all? And what is all that juice? What's up with all the fucking juice? Why does it taste so fishy? And I don't know. I don't know, man. Tuna in a can is tough. I'm trying. All right, and we will get there. All you have to do is introduce it into your palate over and over and over again. The other day I introduced salmon. I've tried salmon 3 times now. The first time it tasted bubbly as shit, fishy as hell. It was gross. It tasted like I scooped it out of a bubble bath, like I reeled it in from a bubble bath, put it in my mouth, and I was chewing on a bar of soap. The second time, same thing. The third time, I just tried it 2 days ago. It tasted fine. It tasted just like way less fishy, way less bubbly, because my taste buds are adapting. They're getting used to the salmon. They're getting used to the taste, the flavor. So to make 1% progress, guys, we need to introduce new foods into our palate. So just take a bite of some new food. Just try it. Just give it a shot, and you might be surprised at how normal it tastes in 3 to 5 taste tests. All right, guys? So we're talking about making 1% progress every single day. You're going to have to be able to eat different types of foods if you want to make progress. So step number 8 is just introduce a new food into your palate. Step number 9 is invest into something. There's a million things you can invest to. You don't have to invest into me as a coach. You don't have to invest into a mentor. You don't have to invest into anything that you don't want to, but invest into something. Once you've identified a vision, once you've identified a dream, a goal, you need to invest into something, because people think motivation is going to keep them going. Guys, motivation is a dying force. Motivation will never keep you in the gym. Motivation will never get you to eat 200 grams of greens. Motivation will never get you to walk 15,000 steps a day. It might for 2 weeks. It might for 3 weeks. It might for 4 weeks. But if we're talking about a lifetime, motivation is a dying force, and it will not keep you motivated forever. It will not keep you moving forever. So you need to invest in yourself. Has anyone ever, for example, ordered a package on Amazon and you were just, even if it wasn't something crazy, you're kind of just excited for it. You're just kind of waiting. It's like Christmas when you get that package. It's the same thing when you invest in your goals. When you like, for example, I wasn't that motivated 3 years ago to run my business, to post 2 times on Instagram, post 2 times on YouTube Shorts, post 6 times on TikTok, make a podcast, make a long form YouTube video, make a tweet, all this shit. I wasn't motivated to do any of that. Then I invested $10,000 into a mentor. And once I invested $10,000 into a mentor, you better believe I was so fucking driven. I was so motivated to do my daily action steps, to do my daily tasks, because I had invested so much money into myself. Now I was sparking motivation, new adaptation, putting things into my environment because I was so goddamn motivated, so goddamn driven by investing $10,000 into myself. And you don't have to invest $10,000. Just invest 10 at first, then invest 20. Slowly ramp it up. But people often want things for free. It's like, bro, free things will never motivate you. Free things will never get you going. Free things will never get you driven. If you want to really make a change in your life, if you really want to change your body and change your life, you need to invest in yourself, my brother. People are so quick to invest $20,000, $30,000 into a college education that isn't even useful anymore. Everybody knows it's not useful anymore. It's so well known that college degrees are not useful unless you want to be a teacher or a lawyer or a doctor or an engineer, I guess. Any of those, that makes sense to invest in college. But if you're going to college for some fucking dumbass side shit like I was, like movement science, I don't need a movement science degree to be a fitness coach. I can be a fitness coach whenever I want, whenever I decide. So I'm not going to pay $25,000 a year to get some bullshit degree but why would they do that, right? I'm talking about how to motivate yourself and how to keep yourself driven and how to make 1% progress every single day. They do it. They invest 25K, 30K, because that is the greatest fucking motivation there is. You're like, oh shit, now I'm 25K in debt. I better study. I better get going. I better get driven. I better get excited about my shit, about my passions. And that's how you spark the ignition. That's how you get excited about what you're doing. So if you want to make 1% progress every single day, you should invest into your goals just a little bit. Take a baby step at first, and then you can invest more and more and more. I didn't start with 10K. I started with $300 a month. That's where I started. $300 a month into a mentor. It went up and up and up, and eventually I was shooting 10K, throwing money out like it was nobody's business, investing into my goals. And now there's absolutely nothing that can stop me because I'm so fucking indoctrinated. I'm so deep in positive momentum. I'm so deep in my investments. I've invested so much time, so much money, so much blood, so much sweat, and so many tears that there is absolutely fucking nothing in this world that can slow me down. So we're talking about making 1% progress every single day. Number 9, the step number 9 you can take today to make 1% progress is just invest into your goals, into your dreams, and you'll be surprised at how much more motivation you have to get those daily tasks done. And finally, guys, if you don't want to do any of this, if you think all this is mumbo jumbo, if you think gratitudes are mumbo jumbo, affirmations are mumbo jumbo, I don't want to hit a workout, I don't want to print something out, I don't want to invest in my goals, then you can do this, my friend. If nothing else, if all else fails, then watch a superhero movie. I like to watch Marvel movies. The 10th step to making 1% progress every single day is watch a superhero movie. And if you don't like superheroes, watch something that motivates you. This is the key. Don't watch some dumbass shit. I can't stand these dumbass shows anymore. Like don't get me started. Like Family Guy, right? I used to love this shit. Or like South Park. It's funny, right? It's funny. If you want to relax, sure, it's great. But we're talking about 1% progress. We're talking about making fucking progress. Taking steps towards your goals. Taking steps towards your dreams. If you want to make progress, but you want to be lazy as fuck at the same time, watch a movie that reminds you of your goals. Watch a movie that reminds you of your dreams and your ambitions. For me, these are Marvel movies. These are superhero movies because I personally like to see myself as a superhero, right? As the main protagonist, as the main character in the anime, right? Someone who abolishes all obstacles, destroys all things that he encounters, and has no problem running through brick walls when it comes to making progress towards my goals. So when I'm feeling down, when I'm feeling unmotivated and like I don't want to do shit,
I just throw on an anime or I throw on a superhero movie to remind me of my dreams, to remind me who I am, to remind me of what I want to get done in this lifetime. And usually after one movie or 2 or 3 episodes of a motivating anime, I'm right back up. I'm reminded of what I want to do, and I'm ready to fucking ferociously attack my goals and ferociously attack my dreams. So those are 10 steps to making 1% progress every single day. I feel like there's one on here for every kind of person. Even if you're feeling lazy, even if you don't have a lot of time, even if you don't want to do it, like there is something on this list that every single one of you can do. So I'm going to run through the list real quick. These are 10 steps that you can do today to make 1% progress. Number 1 is go for a walk. Number 2 is place an object in your environment. Number 3 is listen to success motivation. Number 4 is write down 10 gratitudes. Number 5 is do a light workout. Number 6 is write down your vision. Number 7 is tell somebody. I fixed it. My recording was stopped there. I think I hit the recording limit on my camera. For some reason, I can only record 30 minutes in 4K, which is kind of unfortunate. Maybe I should not record in 4K when I'm recording a long podcast like this one. I should probably just record in 1080. But anyway, because the file is going to be huge. But anyway, I think I was on number 4 when it stopped. So number 4 is write down 10 gratitudes. Number 5 is do a light workout. Number 6 is write down your vision. Number 7 is tell somebody you love them. Number 8 is introduce a new food into your palate. Number 9 is invest into something. And number 10 is to watch a superhero movie. And those are 10 steps that you can take today to make 1% progress to your motherfucking goals. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of today's podcast. If at any point you got some value or you enjoyed what I had to say, please screenshot me. Share it to your Instagram stories, tag me at _Garrett Wolf, and I will reshare to my story and send you a free gift. Other than that, guys, it has been your boy Garrett Wolf, and I will see you all in the next podcast episode. Peace.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. Hopefully you got some value. If you did get value and you want to learn a little bit more about how you can go from saggy flabs to six-pack abs, just head over to my Instagram at _Garrett Wolf. DM me the word six-pack and I'll reach out to you and see if I can help. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and I will see you all in the next podcast episode. Peace.